Konnichiwa, Japanese Amo no Misa desu. Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to use KUSO. So I'm going to teach you how to swear in Japanese. So if you don't like swearing and stuff, then here's your chance to close this tab, okay? I gave you a chance, so don't complain. Alright, so KUSO basically means shit, okay? You can use it like shit or damn. For example, you're playing a game and you just lost, you can say, KUSO. Or you might hear an anime character say, KUSO! When the character is losing, you know, like lying on the ground trying to get up. KUSO! You can say in many ways like KUSO or KUSO or KUSO. Or if someone is being shitty, you can say omae KUSO. Omae KUSO. It's super direct. Luckily no one has said that to me, or I haven't said that to anyone yet. But it's pretty harsh. Omae KUSO. As you may know, omae is already a harsh word on its own. Like it's the rude way to say you. If you want to say he, she is shitty, you can say aitsu KUSO. So aitsu is the rude way to say he or she. Aitsu KUSO. I mean, some guys do use omae and aitsu about their own friends without being, you know, really nasty about them. Just like being rude and fun with them. Personally, I don't really do that. Yeah, but it depends on the person. Or if you want to sound more native-like, you can even say aitsu majide KUSO. Adding the word majide, like seriously, very colloquial. Aitsu majide KUSO. Or you can, for example, say aitsu majide KUSO ningen. Aitsu majide KUSO ningen. Ningen means human. So KUSO ningen is shitty person, shitty human being. Alright? And you can use this KUSO about an object as well. It doesn't have to be a person. So you can say このゲーム KUSO. This game is shitty, right? Often KUSO is used with 本当, like really. 本当 KUSO, like really shitty, really crappy. 本当に is the proper way to say really, but colloquially you can say 本当. For example, you can say 本当かわいい instead of 本当にかわいい. Okay, that's just more informal. Just don't write that in the exam. But you can use it 本当. So 本当 KUSO, or like I said, you can say マジで KUSO, or just マジ KUSO is common as well. Omitting the で. マジ KUSO, 本当 KUSO. So you can say この漫画マジ KUSO. Oh, このゲームマジ KUSO. このゲーム本当 KUSO. But when talking about crappy games, you can also say KUSO ge. This is such a common word or slang. I don't swear that much, but I do say KUSO ge. Magic KUSO ge. This is a really crappy game. I mean, you can also say it lovingly. The game is great, but you're just terrible at it. And you can still say KUSO ge to me, like, this game sucks. It's not my fault that I keep dying. This is the game's fault, but you know deep down that you are the problem. So, for example, Hollow Knight is a great game, but, you know, it's really difficult. So, Hollow Knight KUSO ge. Yeah, いいゲームだけど KUSO ge. So ge is obviously short for game, right? KUSO ge. The opposite of KUSO ge, by the way, is kami ge. Kami ge literally means god game, but it's not a game about gods. It just means it's an amazing game. So if you want to sound more colloquial and, you know, like a native speaker, you can say kami ge about a game instead of just saying, you know, いい game or すごい game. Very slangy, and like I personally use it because I'm a gamer, but maybe if you talk to a Japanese person who's not really a gamer, they might be like, But if you're a gamer, you know what kamige means. I think most people would know what you're talking about, but yeah. Anyway, we do omit the mu from game, But you can't do it with everything. Like if you want to say crappy manga, you don't say kusoman, which sounds really horrible. Actually, never say that. It sounds like you're talking about something else. And I don't want to say what it is. If you want to know what I mean, Google what manko means. Okay, don't type that actually, because you might get some lots of porn or something. It means vagina. So kusoman sounds like crappy vagina. Anyway, kuso manga. Yes, you have to say kuso manga. You have to say the ga, or yeah, it just doesn't sound right. So kuso manga. And if you're watching a really shitty anime, then you say kuso anime. Okay? You don't really say kuso ani. Kuso ani actually sounds like you're talking about your shitty older brother, because ani can mean older brother. So kuso ani sounds like my shitty older brother. So you want to say kuso anime. But kuso anime means like shitty anime, right? So if you want to say this anime is shit, then you want to say kono anime kuso. So yeah, kuso anime is not really a sentence, right? Like shitty anime, that's not a sentence. That's just like an adjective and a noun. When you want to say this anime is crappy, you say kono anime kuso. By the way, you might be wondering if I personally use the word kuso. Actually, not really. For example, in a situation where you want to say like, oh shit, oh crap. For example, you forgot your wallet, you forgot like your passport at the airport. I wouldn't say kuso. Actually, not many people would say kuso in that situation. They would actually say yabai. Yabai is another slang that means oh shit, oh crap. Yabai, I have a lesson on yabai, so check that out. But if you're panicking and you want to say oh shit, you would say yabai. Or some people might say yabe, yabe. That sounds more masculine. But I hear yabai more often than yabe. Or if you like hit your toe, like personally I wouldn't say kuso. Like it doesn't sound really natural. In that situation I would just say ah. Just say ah with the dakten, the dot. It's not clear ah, it's ah. Or I actually say ite, ite. Like I say this a lot. Like ouch. Or itai is how you say painful. And ite, that's a bit more rude or colloquial. Ite. So yeah, the other day I hit myself and I said ah ite. So I didn't say kuso in that situation. Kuso, I might say kuso if I lose in a game. Like say ah kuso. If I want to say something is shit, I would say ah something kuso. Also, I use this word kuso baba, which is very, very rude. It means old hag, but very rude, okay? Kuso baba. Baba on its own is already rude. It means old hag, and by adding kuso, it's, you know, like flipping old hag. It's really, really bad. So don't casually use it, but I have to use this word kuso baba when I talk about my experience at a convenience store. Like I was working at a convenience store for like a year or 2 years when I was much younger. I'm still young. And I was basically bullied by this woman. She was horrible. She was the worst human I've ever met. I always use kuso baba when I talk about her to my family or my friends, because she was one. Like there is no other way to describe her. Like I could say ijiwaru na obasan, like ijiwaru na mean, obasan like old lady, right? Ijiwaru na obasan, but that just sounds too polite. Like that old lady, that mean old lady was horrible to me. No, I wanna be like that. No, sorry. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Not many people know this, but there is a button behind the counter, and you push it when there are loads of customers at the cashier. So like when there's a big queue, if you push the button, like it makes a sound or something, I can't remember. And the other employees are meant to come over to the cashier to help you. I kept pressing the button and she never comes, and also she never helped, she never did a job, and I had to do everything, and she was so mean. Always, if I made a tiny mistake, she'd be like, ああ、もう何やってんのよ。あんた役立たずね。Really, really mean. And I actually cried. She made me cry, and also like, I quit that job because of her. I even told that to Tencho. Yeah, she was horrible. So when I talk about her, I say kuso baba, but that's the only time, okay? I'm a nice person, so I wouldn't, call an old lady kuso baba like on the street. That's just nasty. But you might hear that word if you live with a teenage Japanese kid who's going through puberty. They might call their mom kuso baba. It's not funny. It's not nice at all. No. But yeah, you might hear that. And if you want to talk about an old man who is horrible, you can say kuso jiji. Okay, kuso jiji. I have also a story about kuso jiji, but maybe another time. So there's kuso baba for an old lady, kuso jiji for an old man, and for a kid who is annoying, you can say kuso gaki. Kuso gaki. So if a kid calls me kuso baba, I would say kuso gaki. So immature. That's what you should do. If a kid says kuso baba or kuso jiji to you, you should just say, omae kuso gaki. You little brat. It's as immature as the time I used to say kaba, which means hippo, to somebody who would call me baka. If a kid in my class would say, Misa baka, I would say, omae kaba, you are hippo. Because, baka, the opposite is kaba. It's not an insult, but I thought it was a great insult. Hippos are actually very cute, kind of. My favorite candy is called Happy Hippo. It's Kinder chocolate. The best. Oh my gosh. Anyway, you can say kuso something, right? So kuso baba, kuso jiji, kuso gaki. Or if you have a crappy store manager, you say kuso tencho. My tencho was pretty nice, so I wouldn't say that. It's just the kuso baba that I worked with. You can also say kuso onna instead of kuso baba. Kuso baba is harsh, but kuso onna is also very harsh. It's like saying the word bitch, or maybe even the C word, kuso onna. You might also hear yakuza say kuso ama. Ama is like another way to say onna, also rude. When you want to say woman, you say onna no hito, okay? Unless you want to be rude about that woman. Like if you say ano onna busu, that's very rude. That bitch is ugly. But if you say ano kuso onna busu, that's mega rude. And you can also do kuso otoko, right? So otoko no hito is the polite way to say man, and otoko is just more rude, right? So if you're annoyed with a guy, you say kuso otoko or just otoko. And you can also say kuso kanojo, kuso kanojo, or kuso kano. So talking about your shitty girlfriend. For a shitty boyfriend, you can say kuso kare or kuso kareshi. Like you say kuso kare to wakareta. I broke up with my shitty boyfriend. Kuso kare to wakareta. You can also say kuso kano to wakareta. Okay, so you can do kuso plus noun, just like I did, right? So kuso ge, kuso anime, kuso manga, kuso onna, kuso otoko. You can also add kuso in front of adjectives. So I often hear people say kuso isogashi. Japanese people are really クソ忙しい。忙しい means busy. クソ忙しい is not a pretty way, but is a way to say I'm busy. Yeah. I personally don't say クソ忙しい because it doesn't sound pretty. So personally, I would just say like マジで忙しい or めっちゃ忙しい。So マジで seriously めっちゃ very. This めっちゃ is very slangy but very common as well. This めっちゃ is short for the word めちゃくちゃな. And it can mean crazy or messy. Like if you say 部屋めちゃくちゃ, it can mean the room is messy. Or if you say めちゃくちゃな考え, that means crazy idea. Like it can even mean messed up idea. Or you can say 言ってることめちゃくちゃだよ. Like what you're saying is insane, crazy, messed up, or just doesn't make sense. 言ってることめちゃくちゃ. Yeah, it's more like doesn't make sense. Often we say めっちゃ, but you can also say めちゃくちゃ, something like I say めっちゃかわいい a lot, like it's super cute, but you can say めちゃくちゃかわいい as well, okay? And instead of めちゃくちゃ, some people say めちゃくそ. Personally, again, I never say it, but you can see people saying that word on Twitter, for example, めちゃくそ. I think, yeah, more young. Okay, so I'm still young, but like high school students might say めちゃくそ more often. Like instead of めっちゃ忙しい or くそ忙しい, you can combine that and say めちゃくそ忙しい. Again, depends on your personality. Like if you're the sort of person who says totes instead of totally, maybe you say めちゃくそ. Yeah, so くそ忙しい or くそまずい. I've said this word actually, くそまずい. Like if the food tastes really disgusting, yeah, you can say くそまずい. It's probably the worst insult you can give about food because you're saying it tastes like shit. So you could for example say このカレーくそまずい. Or if you're in really horrible pain, you can say くそ痛い. くそ痛い. You can, for example, say お腹くそ痛い. Yeah, くそ痛い. But you can, obviously, it doesn't have to be your stomach. You can say なんか首くそ痛い. Again, you can just say 首マジで痛い. Or 首めっちゃ痛い. Or if you want to sound less colloquial, you can use the word 本当に, really. I say 本当に a lot. 本当に痛い. Or your bags are heavy, you can say くそ重い. この買い物袋くそ重い. Or if something is ridiculously expensive, you can say くそ高い. Like くそ高いカバン買っちゃった. Like くそ高いカバン買っちゃった. Like, oops, I bought a really freaking expensive bag. And also this word is very common. くそ真面目. くそ真面目. Like very serious. So if someone is very serious, that person doesn't get a joke, you can say くそ真面目. So usually used negatively, right? And you actually hear that a lot in anime as well. You usually put くそ in front of the adjective. But there is this one adjective you say adjective first, which is 下手くそ. 下手くそ. So you might know the word 下手な. It's an adjective. So you say 下手くそな. So you put くそ between 下手andな. 下手な means to be bad at something. Okay, so you can say 日本語が下手です. To mean my Japanese is bad. Never say 日本語が悪いです or 私の日本語は悪いです. Sounds very unnatural. You say 日本語が下手です or 絵が下手です 歌が下手です Okay, I'm bad at drawing, singing. And if you want to say I suck at something, you can say 下手くそ. Here, it actually doesn't sound too rude. You know, くそまずい, that's quite vulgar. But 下手くそ is used very commonly and people don't really think it's too rude. If you're talking about yourself, especially. 私絵下手くそなんだよね. Like, I suck at drawing. or 歌下手くそだからカラオケ行きたくない。So, 下手くそな that's used very often. So you can say, 日本語下手くそ. And that might actually impress your Japanese friend. Like, the way you say, my Japanese sucks is very, native-like. So, a lot of Japanese people say, 英語下手くそ. 私英語下手くそ. Okay? But generally, you put くそ in front of the adjective. くそ怖い. Scary. So, you can put くそ in front of adjectives that have negative meanings, right? But you can also put in front of more positive ones. So, 美味しい is a good thing, delicious, right? But you can technically say クソ美味しい as well. People have mixed opinions about it. It's like, are you giving compliments or not? Like, you're swearing, you're saying クソ, but you're saying something good. But people do use it. So, クソ美味しい. クソうまい that's more common probably. クソうまい. I've heard people say クソうまい. クソかわいい. Like, freaking cute. クソかっこいい. Yeah, I've heard クソかっこいい so often. クソかっこいい. You know, it's like in English, you can say you're the shit. They mean you're awesome, right? So it's kind of like that. クソかっこいい. Okay, so my KUSO camera or could be my KUSO SD card decided not to record what I did, and I tried to record the same thing 3 times already and nothing worked, and silly me for not checking. But oh my gosh, yeah, this is when I want to say KUSO. KUSO camera. Oh. So here's my 4th try. Fingers crossed. Anyway, you can use KUSO with words that describe the feelings. So right now, I'm very annoyed. So I can say クソイラつく, クソイラつく, or クソイラついた, クソイラついた. I've never really said this, but I've seen this expression a lot on Twitter. クソイラついた. Yeah. もうマジでクソ. Or if you're happy but you want to sound kind of vulgar about it, you can say クソ嬉しい. Right? クソ嬉しい. If you're very sad, you can say クソ悲しい. And you can also turn クソ into an adjective or adjective. So you can say クソな something. So instead of クソ漫画, you can say クソな漫画 as well. Or クソ人間, you can say クソな人間. And this is less common, but you can also say クソい. So クソい site, a crappy website. And the last thing, something なんてクソくらえ. クソくらえ literally means eat shit. I've already explained this in the video where I taught you how to use なんて or なんか, so check that out. But yeah, you can, for example, say コロナなんてクソくらえ. That means corona, right? So you can use it like something, screw something, okay? But anyway, that's it for today. That's it for me today. If you found this video クソ面白い, then give it a thumbs up. If you found this video クソ動画, then I mean you got what you wanted. You got a video about クソ, so still give it a thumbs up. And yeah, 動画を見てくれてクソ嬉しい. I'm so happy that you watched this video. And this is just like swearing, so be careful when to use it, right? So obviously you don't want to use it in front of your teachers or your boss. So if you do and you get told off, then that's your fault, not mine. 私のせいじゃないからね. Yeah. Anyway, with great word comes great responsibility. And if you'd like to support me somehow, you can check out my Patreon page. And I apologize, I've been quite ill and I haven't been able to upload many videos, but I promise I will make up for it. So thank you for being patient and supportive. I love you all. じゃあまたね。バイバーイ。